We are now in day 4 of the singles grand finals and the penultimate day of the Phoenix Festival tournament as a whole. With 2 more matches to go over today, use the links in the description below to go and vote for who you think would win in each match and give your reasoning as to why. Now our first match of the day is Qrow Branwen versus Penny Polendina in the Geyser and Savannah biomes. Penny, of course, fighting with her floating array and the flight capabilities that she has, and Qrow fighting with his Harbinger and his Misfortune. Both of these biomes are fairly wide open. The Savannah biome doesn't really have much other than the tall grass, a tree, and the odd rock here or there, and the Geyser biome seems pretty much open as well, with the geysers popping up here and there. Now, with Qrow's Misfortune, the geysers could pop up at an inopportune time for Penny if she's flying over and knock her out of the air, but really Penny could just stay to the Savannah biome and not really have to worry about the geysers that much. This would be another fight where Qrow, being on the ground, would try to attack Penny while she's flying in the air, and Penny would try to do the same to Qrow, stay in the air while she can continuously attack. Qrow does have the capability to jump very high into the RWBY series, use aura strengthening in his legs, and jump up to where Penny is. Using his Harbinger, he would have a much better chance to attack Penny than Ozpin would, with his Harbinger being able to transform into a scythe, have a bit more reach than Ozpin's weapon, and also possibly be able to hook Penny, either Penny herself or, if she launches out her blades, the wires that are attached on them, and Qrow would be able to ground her that way. Not to mention, I could easily imagine a scene where Qrow uses his Harbinger kind of as a surfboard, and when a geyser biome is about to erupt, he kind of stands on Harbinger, launches himself up into the air. I would honestly love to see something like that happen in the RWBY series one day, just Qrow surfing on Harbinger in some way, shape, or form, but there are numerous ways that Qrow could use to get up to where Penny is, and I think he would have a pretty clear advantage over her. Not to mention, he has long-range capabilities in his Harbinger. The shotgun function, not really used for dealing a decisive finishing blow, but could definitely distract her, possibly push her in the way of a geyser as it's erupting, or even Qrow utilizing his aura again in the version of an aura arc. We saw him use this in Volume 3, hasn't really been utilized much in RWBY since then, though I think it's going to be brought back with Zhang. It was hinting at that in Volume 7, but still, Qrow definitely has that capability to send his aura outwards as an attack, as well as the long-range functions he has in Harbinger, his jumping capabilities. He does have the tools in his arsenal to be able to continuously attack Penny in a few different ways, but Penny with her flight capabilities has much more maneuverability in the air compared to Qrow when he's just jumping. I guess Qrow could use the shotgun function to try to launch himself and give himself a bit more momentum in a single direction, or launch his scythe in a certain direction to hook around her if she's trying to dodge out of the way, things like that. But Penny with her flight and the floating array, the lasers and the blades, it would be a lot to keep up with, though we have seen Qrow keep up with Tyrion and all of his attacks with the Queen's servants, his tail, kicking and punching on top of that, his 5 points of contact, so I think Qrow has a pretty clear advantage in this fight, and I don't really see Penny being able to win against him. If she's firing lasers from the air, Qrow would be able to dodge out of the way of most of those without too much difficulty, I would imagine, not to mention he could use the blade of Harbinger to possibly block a majority of them, or use it as sort of a shield. But even still, Penny would give Qrow a lot of trouble, as anyone would flying in the air and attacking someone who is grounded, but Qrow would be able to get up to where she is, and I think would be able to win this fight overall. And then in our second match of the day, we have Maria Calavera versus Raven Branwen in the Desert and Forest biomes. This is a fight that took place previously in the Phoenix Festival tournament, and Maria came out the victor. Although Raven, fighting with her Omen and the numerous different dust blades that she has, gives her a lot of versatility, I think Maria is up to the challenge, utilizing her preflexes and her twin commas of life and death, possibly being able to pincer Raven's blades between the commas and keep them shattered, or at the very least being quick enough to keep up with Raven and prevent her from using the dust capabilities, from spamming them at the very least. So with that being the case, I think Maria had the advantage in the previous fight. They were fighting in the urban and lava biomes, and now that they're fighting in the desert and forest biomes, it could play out a little bit differently. If they stick to the forest biomes, this gives Raven a bit more to use to hide behind, avoid Maria's attacks, and keep her dust blades from being shattered, and would allow her to utilize her dust blades a little bit more. But this also gives Maria a little bit more of an advantage too, because with the trees, this gives her more to latch onto with her commas. One thing that I pointed out in the previous fight, in the urban biome, Maria might be able to use her commas, latch on to the debris and buildings, and use that to accelerate herself outwards. We saw this in the fight that she had against Talk, or at least before that, when she fought against the Nevermore, that she could throw one of her commas into the ground, use the gravity dust function, and it's strong enough to pull the giant Nevermore Nevermore to the ground along with her. Not to mention Maria is strong enough to hold on to her scythe. It was, jammed into the Nevermore, but she kept it solidly in place and dragged herself and the Nevermore to the ground. So the gravity dust functions of life and death are fairly strong. If she was able to throw one of the commas out, have it hook on to the urban biome, she could use the gravity dust functions to launch herself forward, possibly faster than Raven would be able to react, because with the speed and strength that gravity dust has, it would be a lot to keep up with, though it would be in a single direction if Raven would be able to parry out of the way, but it's still an added advantage for Maria. And the forest biome just gives her that much more to latch onto. Yes, Raven would have more to dodge behind, use the dust capabilities, but Maria would also have a bit more advantage as well, so this fight I could see going either way if both of them decided to stick to the forest biome. However, if they went to the desert biome, that gives Maria a little bit less to latch onto, and it would be more of a close combat fight, which I think Maria would have the advantage in. Raven having to use her dust capabilities, not as much environment to hide behind. I think in this case Maria might have the slight advantage as well, but Raven with her dust capabilities certainly can't be underestimated. If she is able to stick to the forest biome, which if this scenario were to play out, I think Raven would try to stick to the forest just to give herself that cover and allow her to use the dust capabilities and get those advantages over Maria. I think that she could have a chance of winning in the forest biome, but Maria would have more of a chance of winning in the desert biome, so this one definitely is more of a toss-up, and I think Raven might have the advantage overall because she would be able to set the pace for the battle. She's more of the defensive fighter, whereas Maria seems more of the offensive fighter, so if Maria was charging after Raven, they would likely end up in the forest biome, and Raven might be able to play that to her advantage. But Maria with her preflexes might be able to react quickly to Raven's dust functions, so I think Raven has the very slight advantage, though Maria could easily take this one as well. So let me know what your thoughts are through the voting and in the comments down below on this match and the other match that took place earlier today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Phoenix Festival tournament. Only one more day left of matches, and then the results will be posted this weekend. The voting will be live until midnight on October 10th Eastern Standard Time, so there's still plenty of time to cast your votes, give some thought to the fights, and analyze the different characters. I look forward to seeing who will reign champion at the end of it all, and hopefully you guys will look forward to it as well. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with everything going on the channel and everything to come with Volume 8 on the way, the analysis, the theories, etc. Join the Guild of the Eternal Flame. Tweet me at PhoenixKnight7. Join our Discord server as well, linked in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.